to disperse back out, it'll help clear that vertigo and that dizziness, which is very interesting for people who suffer from this. Do you know anybody who suffers from like Meniere's or vertigo or anything like that? It can be very debilitating for them. And it's nice knowing that there might be something, such as physical therapy, that can help with it. I had an aunt who had it done. And I was like, and it worked? And she was like, oh, yes, I can't believe it. I'm like, not dizzy. And I was like, wow, that is so cool. You know? So, yes. So that would be information. So if we're looking at that vestibule, okay, this would help the brain in understanding vertical and horizontal. But now, what if we're doing some movements that are twirling, tumbling, and whatever the case might be? Do y'all, like, when I was younger in PE at school and stuff like that, I can remember one of the things we used to have to do was the tumbling mats. Okay, I don't know if they still do that in school or not because I'm like really old. All right, and so I can remember for some reason I just never could do that perfect tumble. Just simply, you know, being on the floor and rolling over like that. But now I'm convinced it's because it had something to do with my inner ear, which is the reason I don't ride roller coasters. Did it once. That was all it took for me to know I couldn't ride roller coasters anymore. Which, now granted, it was the Rebel Yell, you know, when it first came out at King's Dominion. That tells y'all how old I am. Okay? And I was like, oh, well, you tried the worst roller coaster ever. And I was like, well, that's all I needed to know. But they have all these roller coasters now that like turn you on your head and spin you around and do all that. And I see people get off just, and I'm thinking, oh no, oh no. I could barely get off of the little happy horses and still be straight. Okay, so I was like, I was pretty sure it was my inner ear. So now, what if we are doing like twirling or spinning, and you're like ice skaters, okay? The ones who can get that little tip up like that thing right there, and then it looks like they spin 500 times, and then just, and I'm like, what in the world? How are they doing that? I really don't know. But I'm like, they got some good inner ears. So, this rotary movement that the body can do. So now, if we take a peek at our semicircs, do you see the structure right here? Kind of looks like a flame, okay? So if we look at the structure that we can find, note the orientation of it. The orientation follows the semicircular duct. Once again, we have a structure based on supporting cells in a gelatinous material with our true cells, okay? And so if you're twirling, rolling, tumbling, whatever the case might be, well, guess what the gelatinous material will do? It'll bend. And if it bends, it pulls on those cilia, which of course makes them open. We get the ions to rush in, and we create our nerve signal. And that would let the body, the brain, I should say, let the brain know the orientation. And the goal, of course, have everything catch up. Now, what can I mean? What could I possibly mean by everything catch up? If we were that ice skater, we could do that, and we could, and then All right, stop. What else in my body needs to be able to catch up to that movement?
Like your other senses.
Such as sight, because I was spinning and now I'm going to be looking straight. So my sight's got to catch up. Can you think of any other parts of the body that might have to catch up, so to speak? My blood flow, which would be part of my heart. What about breathing? So do you see what I mean now by letting everything else catch up? And that's why this information gets important. So that the brain can understand to affect that heart rate, affect that breathing rate, adjust the eyes, so to speak, okay? Let the body catch up to the movements that it just finished spending a lot of energy making. But at the same time, we need this information when we are driving in our cars, coming to a stop, taking back off, when we're in elevators, going up, going down, front, back. I mean, we need this information all the time, not just when we might actually purposely be doing those activities. Which is kind of cool if you think about it. All right, so before we start vision, take a break and be back at 10:30, and we'll start vision.